been following one particular court case from South Africa for a while now, and it involves one very high-profile, very famous politician called Julius Malema. His final verdict was today. Court has given him 5 good years. But there is a lot and much to this story. That is why I'm here to give you all the KE setting. Before we go ahead with this story, because of the origin and the base of this story, allow me to gist you in English. Julius Malema, a little backstory about him, is a South African politician. He started his political journey very, very early when he was younger, when he was a youth. So the people of South Africa, especially the youth, really loved how he was advocating for them, speaking for the poor, talking about the white supremacy and all of that. They should eliminate that. The blacks should do well. They should do more so that they are able to acquire some higher positions and all of that.
That someone pays. And who's that someone? The rich must pay for the poor. Because the rich have stolen from the poor. And it's time to pay back. Who are the rich? The rich are the whites. The rich are politicians, are the businessmen who have left us in poverty in the townships. They must pay for those who are in the villages.
Now, while Julius was doing all of that, he was part or a member of the ruling political party as at then. Even though they are in power now, it's joined. That political party is ANC, African National Congress political party, and he was very active, like I was saying. But all the way to 2012, that political party expelled him and told him that now he's bringing some divisions in the party. So they don't want him in the party anymore. When he left in 2013, he established his own political party, called it the EFF. And the EFF was the Economic Freedom Fighters political party. Now, from there, he was still fighting against his old political party. He's now an opposition political party. And the people loved him, the youth, most of them. A number of them loved him. Some people too felt like he was too out there. He was sometimes kind of bringing some divisions, especially between the whites and the blacks and all of that. Regardless, in 2018, which brings us to the case that led him to court. Now, in 2018, they were having a celebration for their party. It was like 5 years ever since the party came into existence. So they are having a rally, having fun, talking about the vision and all of that for the party. Under the rally, Julius Malema, who is the leader of the political party, held a rifle all the way up in the sky and fired some bullets into the air just to ginger the crowd. A little info too. In 2013, created his own political party. 2014 became a member of parliament. So after that particular incident under the rally, people started talking that why should a member of parliament even do that kind of a thing? Why would you endanger the lives of the people around you? That was a real gun. If something happened, what would you have done? So Julius was going to court after court right after that incident. And today was the last hearing of his case. The judge that sat on his case was Judge Tuanet Oliver. And Judge Tuanet Oliver mentioned one after the other his charges and the number of years that he's going to spend in prison.
For that. All right. After careful consideration, and I can show you I have done so, free of any interference, this judgment or sentence is the sentence of this court and this court alone. In respect of count 1, you are sentenced to a period of 5 years imprisonment. In respect of count 2, you are sentenced to a period of 2 years imprisonment. In respect of count 3, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 4, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 5, you are sentenced to pay a fine of 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In terms of section 280, subsection 2 of Act 51 of 1977, the court orders that the sentence imposed in respect of counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 run concurrent with the sentence imposed in respect of count 1.
So the news was all over. Julius is going for 5 years. Everyone was saying. So really, our political leader, main opposition leader, is actually going for 5 years imprisonment. It was just a few moments later that the news came out that Julius is actually appealing for one leave to appeal sentence, which is saying that all those charges and the number of sentences that they have given to him, he wants to take the entire thing to the Court of Appeal.
So behind me is the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema. As you can see, he's smiling. The Kugombo City Magistrates Court has given him a 5-year direct prison sentence, and Malema's legal team, as you can see, is standing with senior counsel Tembeka and Mukaitobi, and they've submitted leave to appeal his sentencing and his conviction, and we're waiting for the judge to come back and give a final decision. But the big story today, Julius Malema has been given a 5-year direct prison sentence.
Now, secondly, he's also appealing for the conviction, saying that gun that he was holding was a toy gun, it wasn't a real gun. But the court at the end of the day granted him just one appeal. That was just one leave to appeal sentence. That means that he can only take the sentence to the higher court. But for the fact that the gun that he was holding was a toy gun, they know that it was really a real gun.
On sentencing and refuse to give us leave to appeal on conviction, we must petition the High Court to appeal the guilt verdict and the sentencing itself. Today, because all they wanted was to have me sleep here for one night, but they didn't know the reason why the Deputy President is not here. He is at Grahamstown. Because when you apply for leave to appeal and they refuse it, you have to apply for bail. She has a right to refuse it. Then you must petition the High Court to apply for bail at the High Court. So we've got the Deputy President in Grahamstown with papers ready, so that when she says you are not getting bail, you are going to sleep here, the Deputy President immediately files the papers at the High Court and make an agent application.
Meanwhile, his entire team, the political party, they had mounted a stage for him that if he doesn't go to jail today, he will come and speak to them. He had his party members all over. They were, singing, waiting for him, that kind of thing. Now, when he came out, he told them that, see, we know the hands that we are fighting against. We know that there is somebody behind that is telling the judge that do this, do that. All the things they were doing in court, there were some red flags all over that they were doing between the magistrate and then between the prosecutor. There were a lot of things that were ill, but we knew we were prepared for all of them. That's when we were never going to sleep in the cells today.
We gave the gun to accused number 2 after he was acquitted. When you said not guilty, that's when we gave accused number 2 the gun. But he forgets that when you collect a weapon or item that was used as evidence, when you collect it back, you must sign for it. There must be a date, there must be a time. So if it's 10 o'clock, they will write 10 o'clock, they will write a date. You look at the time of collection, and then look at the time of judgment that he collected before the judgment was passed. That is the second misconduct of a prosecutor. But a prosecutor has got no duty to hand over the item which was used in court without a judgment of a judge. He gave himself a power he doesn't have. He took the evidence before the court and handed it over to accused number 2 without a judge saying, you can now return this item back to the owner, or you must give it to the state to destroy it.
And he went ahead to even tell his people that white magistrate, the reason why I waved at him is because I don't want to see her face again. He used some word I will not be able to use it.
It's because she has not read her own judgment to know that a reasonable, normal, presiding officer will never come to that determination. So, comrades, we are done with her. That's why when she said to me, you can leave now on a free bail, I looked at her and I said, bye-bye. Because I've seen her ugly face for too long. So I'm going, I will no longer appear before that ugly white face. I'm going to the highest court where they don't use emotions. They use the law. What does the law say? And apply the law. So we must not even look back. We are going forward.
So Julius Malema didn't end up in the police cells today. He went home, like he said in his speech, to his family and to his party members. We are all waiting for the appeal court, what is going to happen. According to him, the appeal court uses some rules. They are not biased. They are not racist. They will be able to be fair with him. And at the end of the day, he is going to be pronounced not guilty. Go home to his family and to his political members. This is Gossip 24. I always love to know what you think. So kindly leave what you think in the comment section. Remember that the room is bright because my name is Light. Bye.